Music gives me so much satisfaction because it's really an exercise for the soul, you know. And music, it really provokes your imagination and your emotion. My Chinese name is Chuan. Qin is the name from the first dynasty, the Qin dynasty. Chuan actually means Sichuan, a west region of China, famous for its spicy food. My father is from there. Then he relocated to Nanjing, and I was born in Nanjing. My father is a composer. He worked for the People's Liberation Army for many years. He wrote a lot of patriotic music for the army, for propaganda. So I grew up listening to music, and now when I was a baby, he used to play all these famous symphonies by Tchaikovsky, Beethoven, and I would get very excited listening to them. So he thought I might have some talent. And then when I was 4 years old, I watched a performance of the famous model ballet called The Red Detachment of Women. It was explosive. I thought it was amazing. I was really touched by the music, and I told my father I wanted to take piano lessons. He saved a lot of money. He went to Shanghai, he chose a piano, and on the way back, the truck almost toppled over to a ditch because it was snowing so hard that night. But somehow we got a piano. I took private lessons once a week with this wonderful teacher. And by the time I was 12 or 13, that was a big crossroad in my life because my parents had to decide whether to send me to music schools or send me to a regular high school. My teacher said she thought I really should do music. So that's how I ended up in Shanghai Conservatory of Music. It was completely new life, and it was very scary at first because I had to leave my parents and I have to stay with other 7 roommates in one room, and we had our own mosquito tent so we can have some privacy, you know. Every morning at 6 o'clock, this woman will bang on the door, and after breakfast we began our classes, English, Chinese, and math, and other classes. And in the afternoon, we sat in the practice room, practice for at least 3 hours. Fun was never part of my life in China then because the culture was very serious. But fortunately, my mother, she's not a, you know, the so-called tiger mother that you call it now. So she really didn't force me to become a musician like some parents do now. They really want their kids to become like next Lang to practice 8 hours a day. My parents did not like that. They just want me to enjoy music. Juilliard for me then, it was like a palace. It was so up there, it's like impossible to get there. That was my dream when I was 16 or 17. I wanted to leave China and study. This Hungarian-American pianist, who is a professor at Texas Christian University at Dallas, he went to give master classes several times in China, and he took a real interest in me. You know, the first time after he heard my playing, he talked to my mom, and he was like, you know, this boy, he's going to America soon. My mom was like, what? You know, I got a full scholarship, and he found a host family for me. There was a big, major setback. When I went to the American embassy, consulate rather, in China, they refused my visa application twice. So I was at home crying every day for like a year. You know, so I stayed at home doing nothing but practicing like crazy for a year. But at the same time, I got into contact with a teacher from Oberlin, this Russian teacher called Setmara. She went to Shanghai to give masterclass when I was 15. And I told her my story. I said, you know, do you think I can go to Oberlin? She said, yeah, let me think about it. I applied for Oberlin and I got a full scholarship for 4 years. It was an incredible offer. And then I went to the embassy. This time they didn't say a word. They said, okay. So I got my visa. Oberlin is a small town near Cleveland. So it's a college town. You know, not many stores, but a lot of trees, a lot of grass, flowers. I stayed there for 2 years. I liked the opening at first, but then I found it's very boring because it's not New York. I really felt trapped. Like a fish, I want to jump out, you know? I want to go to the sea and swim. I met a teacher called Lowenthal. One of my friends back in Shanghai studied with him, and I got on a Greyhound bus for 12 hours, and I arrived in the morning, and I was very sleepy, and I arranged a lesson with him, and I played in front of him in his studio at Juilliard. He was like, "Oh, you're quite good. I think you'll get in." Audition time came in March, and I prepared my audition. I played exceptionally well. I was at Juilliard for 13 years. I got 4 degrees from Juilliard, and I am the only person who has 2 of the highest Juilliard degrees in the 100 years Juilliard history. Before I went to this big competition in France, called the Mestian competition. It's a very difficult competition. I injured my hand. I fell, you know, and then so for a month I could not practice. So I really thought I was going to give up. But my teacher, he really encouraged me a lot. He said, "Chuan, you can do it. I have confidence in you. I believe in you." So I went to the competition, and then I went on to win the first prize. And that was one of the best days in my life. My dream is to play in front of a big crowd as much as I can. And the other part of my dream just came maybe last year. I never thought of that. I want to do something more about education. I'm going to work in China for 6 months in Shandong University. I'm going to be the director of International Center for Piano. We're going to do a lot of international exchange. I want to bring the best in the West to China and give lectures. I really want to do this kind of thing, and I really want to promote piano music in China.